Okay. Well, this is kind of like a really weird, you know, I just want to kind of explain something to you. And you know, I can share this with everybody if you want, but this is basically for you. And I don't know. Last night, I just felt this weird urge to message you and ask you about another book to read or whatever. So I did it. I did it right before I decided it was time to take a shower, you know. And so I didn't see your response right away. But while I was taking a shower, I was looking back at how things have gone or whatever. And over the last few weeks, a few months more. To be more transparent or give you more truthful insight on things, I don't know, about 24 years ago or something, I made stupid decisions. I guess, you know, I'd like to say we all do when we're younger, but mine was pretty stupid. I was going through a divorce. I can't, you know, to make excuses or stories, I guess, is pointless too, but basically, going through a divorce, ended up getting drunk, leaving my parents' house in my car, got into an accident, caused bodily injury, got sued, and it was for, like, I don't even remember, it was like $19,000 or something. And I just kind of avoided it for like ever. It seemed like it was just easy to avoid paying it. And they could never garnish me or nothing like that. So because I was paying child support, and I had 2 child support orders, and you know, I could have had them taken off, so I was just paying it through the the courthouse order. But I just found it was much easier just to have it taken out of my check every week. So because of that child support coming out of my check every week, 2 of them, I couldn't get garnished by them. So again, like I said, it just made it easy for me to just keep running from my responsibility, I guess. Ended up getting a real good job, paying decent money, and you know, things were looking up for Missy and I. Were able to do things, reestablish my credit, just so much, you know, everything just was like there for me. Eventually one of the child support stopped. You know, my kid turned old enough, so I was able to stop the child support on that. In doing so, caused that garnishment to happen. And needless to say, I'm losing, I'm paying about $200 to $250 a week into it. And that was okay at first, you know. I had money saved up and everything else, so it wasn't like a big deal, you know. But over the last 9 months or so, year maybe, the purse strings have been getting a lot tighter. You know, all my choices I made due to the amount of money we were making, started to cause a hardship right now, you know. Everything just being harder and harder and harder, and harder to make the bills, harder to, you know, do this, harder to have the extra money to do anything. It was just like, yeah. So before I hurt myself falling off the ladder, well, I can't even say that, because I want to be honest with you. Um, you know, all families have dirty secrets or whatever. And I have a 17-year-old that's in trouble. And, well, let me just kind of, I'll explain. I really didn't fall off the ladder. And it's just, I use that as the excuse to keep dirty secrets. But, so I'm sitting outside my house one day after work, and I wasn't praying or nothing like that. I'm just talking out, talking out. And, I'm like, man, what am I going to do? We're having a hard time making house payments. I'm having a hard time making my credit card payments, loan payments, car payment. Just, what am I going to do? I need help. I just need some help. Something's got to break. Something's got to give. Something, I just need help. And I just sit in my car for a few minutes. I decided to go in the house. Go on about life like normal, Then, about a couple weeks later, my 17-year-old and I had a verbal altercation. And it had to do with the stuff he's in trouble with. And I made a comment to him, and he really didn't like the comment, and he had walked out of the house, come flying back in the house, and before I know it, he picked me straight up in the air and slammed me down on my shoulder. I didn't have no reaction time to do nothing, to brace myself, to defend myself, to do anything. And as soon as he slammed me down, he decided that he was leaving. And instead of getting him in any more trouble than he already is, I created a story. Other than immediate family, this is the first time I said anything to anybody about it. But so that happened. And when that happened, I saw it as what it was. This can't be happening. I gotta work. I can't afford it. I can't afford to be out of work. Why? Why now? And I did everything I could to go back to work on Monday. This happened Sunday night. On a Sunday night. And it wasn't happening. My boss wasn't going for it. The doctors weren't going for it. Nothing, So, a couple days go by. And again, I'm sitting in my car. And I'm like, doing the same thing, please help me. I need some help. Just talking out loud. Like I said, I'm not praying to God. I'm not asking God. I'm not stating His name. I'm not doing nothing. Just talking out loud. And then it hits me. I don't know, maybe a couple hours later or whatever, that I need to get on the phone and start calling my credit card places, calling my loan places, to let them know that I'm gonna be out of work for a couple months, and I'll be working at trying to get money to them as soon as I can. And they all started some of them were like, well, we can put you on hardships, or hey, you're paying an insurance that'll cover for 6 months. Some of them were, you're paying an insurance that'll cover for 12 months. Your interest rates will drop down to 3% or 6%, or even one of them was a 0. Use this time to make extra payments when you can, so this way you're paying on your principal instead of having to pay all that interest, because once this time's up, then all your interest is going to go back up. So they told me all this stuff. I'm like, cool. My car loan, I was able to get a 3-month extension on it, so I didn't have to worry about that for 3 months, even though I did make 2 of the payments. And my house payment, I was able to make it because of not having to make all the other payments. So it all just kind of started working out, you know. And then last night, after I messaged you and I jumped in the shower, I'm sitting here reflecting on all that, how it all just kind of worked out, and how went from zero in my bank account, zero in my bank account, to back to work and having almost $1,000 in my bank account. So I can make my bills, I can make the extra payments, I can do the extras. I was worried about going to Florida. Well, my wife had lost her job about a year ago, and the 401k that she had, they sent her a letter telling her they had to close it because she no longer worked there, and they were sending her X amount of dollars. So the vacation that I had planned and saw happening that was fading away, I'm still going to take my kids. Because now I have that money that we weren't expecting. But anyhow, I'm reflecting on all this, and I'm like, you know, I asked for help. I asked and I got it. Even though I didn't see it, what I thought was a bad thing. Mark and I having our little thing in my shoulder, putting me out of work. I saw it as a bad thing, but it was showing to me last night that it wasn't a bad thing. It was a way of helping me. Even though it messed me up, it was still a way of helping me. And I had this like feeling of total calm. I was totally calm. There was like nothing. It was just, I was soothed. I was calm, realizing that I was just helped, and that I've been given the opportunity to get myself out of the financial burden. And that I need to take that opportunity and not, you know, just let it go to waste, because it's been given to me. The opportunity, you know, it's been given. It's right here. It's right here in front of me. I asked for it. I received it. It sure wasn't, you know, it sure wasn't the way I'd expected to receive it. But I received it. So now it's up to me, because He's given me the opportunity. God has given me the opportunity to do what I asked for. You know, He's not giving me a free ride. You know, it ain't like He just, boom, here's the money. You know, He made me pay for it. he put me in a situation where I had to work to get myself to this point. And I didn't see it that way at the time. You know, like I said, at the time it was like, why me again, you know? So, anyhow, that's that part. So, yeah, there's always, for every bad, there's always good. It's just a matter of how you see it, and how you take it, and how you handle it. But then, I saw your message afterwards. So I messaged you back. And here's the funniest thing. Not funny, not strange, because I seen it for what it was. And I didn't question you. Even though I wanted to, I didn't question. But think of this, okay? This week here, I was talking to Missy. Telling her what it is we need to do. Because I want to do it by July of 2018. And I was telling her about it. And I've even seen the two buildings. There's two buildings that just keep, every time I drive past them, they're like always staring at me in the face. It's like, they're perfect, prime for what I want. What I want, not what my upline wants, not what my sidelines want, for what I want, what I envision myself having. So, you know, I've talked to Missy. I was talking to her about it this week, and she's the only person other than two co-workers that I've actually, and I talked to another person this week, so that's 3 people, and they all live here. They live here. They don't know you. They don't know. They don't know. Okay, so there's no connections whatsoever. All right. So we're talking. You're talking about the books and all that, and well, then you asked me, have I thought about starting my own business? You asked me. Why? I've never said nothing to you. Never said nothing to anybody in the call. Never said nothing to nobody. My desires to start my own business. I haven't even talked to anybody what I envision having. I don't want your typical smoothie bar or typical fitness place, or I have something that I want. I have my desires of what I want to do to help, and it's not about volume points. It's about making true impact on not adults either, on kids. Say hi to my doggy. But yeah, on kids, not adults. And yeah, so it's just kind of ironic. Not ironic either. It was meant. I was meant to message you. You was meant to see it at that moment and respond at that moment, and not later. Yeah. And I saw it for what it was. That's why I didn't question you. But I wanted you to see, I wanted you to know how things are working too. Because if I keep it to myself, that I see all this happening, and the work you're putting in is happening. If I keep that to myself, then how do you know? How do you know that what it is that you feel you should be asking, or feel you should be telling somebody, or feel you should be doing or going? How do you know? How do you know that? Yeah, how do you know? So I didn't want to keep none of this to myself. you needed to hear it, Tara. You know, we're all put into each other's lives for a purpose. I couldn't tell you what mine is for me, for you. You know, why am I put into your life? But I know why you were put in mine. I would not be anywhere near where I am right now if I would have never met you. And I know someday y'all fulfilled every bit of your purpose, and our lives branch off and maybe go separate ways, or maybe there's a purpose even more than just what's going on now, and maybe our lives won't branch off. But you know, everybody's putting everybody's life for a purpose, and once that purpose is fulfilled, then it's time to go on to a new purpose. So I don't know. I don't know what the future holds, but I do know that my future is much brighter, and looks like it's going to hold much more than I ever thought. And it's because you brought me back to a healing process. You started that. You started that, telling me your story in an STS. And at that STS, you said something about you was broken. And you was healing. But little did you know how much healing you were doing for other people. And what you're continuing to do. You are serving a purpose, a higher purpose, and you're serving it well. For somebody to ask me about a business that has no clue that I'm even thinking about it, it's just, yeah, I don't know, man. But I'm gonna get them books today. Once Missy gets home, we're gonna head out. Well, I got it cleaned up, but it's still all nasty from work. Yeah. So I'm gonna get them books today, and I'm gonna get started on it. I'm not sure, but I want to be. I'll let you know, because I want to be accountable. So I'll figure out how I'm gonna do this. This way, you know, I'm doing what's asked. Yeah. So anyhow, Tara, I thank you, and I thank you. I thank God for putting you in my life. I thank you for listening to Him. I thank you more than you know for continuously putting me in your groups. For not letting me fall away from you. I never want to seem like needy or anything like that, so I know I'm probably not holding up my end of the mentor thing, as in like contacting you and asking you questions or whatever, because I don't. You're a good woman doing a lot of things. You're a very busy woman doing a lot of good things. So I know there's more than just me out there helping. So I try not to bother you or anything like that. But when, like last night, I was told I needed to message you. Not by Missy or anything like that, but by the voices I keep hearing. By the voices that keep leading me on whatever path I'm supposed to be on. So, yeah. This has been a long video. I didn't really mean it for it to be, but yeah. Have yourself a great day. Love you, Tara. God bless you.